Chesapeake's still rising up. Chesapeake's got a garrison now, so no. I could become Defender of the Faith. I'm not sure that I'd want to be Defender of the Protestant Faith, to be honest, because it's kind of big. Right, unrest. I no longer have unrest problems. We can get rid of that. And also prestige. I no longer have prestige problems. So let's go ahead and replace those with more useful things. I think discipline will be a good one. And is there a colony growth? There is indeed. Let's do that. So we have the heretics deported and the saints accept prayers and holy sacraments. Strong army and lots of colonization. That sounds like what we're doing. West India Company sounds canon. Tarascan is my vassal now. Oh, they are. Right, yes, that's how that works. Cool. It happened again. We are paused. Right, what time is it? 58. Nothing there. There's a couple of 47-1. That's just a billion audits. That's nothing since last night. 5840 information. User power mode service. And that's the thing that's been firing every couple of minutes. Okay, so there is a system thing going on. What the hell is user mode power service? Yeah, that's pretty definitely what it was. Okay. Oh, mighty Google, please tell me who the great betrayer is. User mode power service. Something to do with power. So is that saying it's something to do with my power supply? Yeah, we're still having problems. Boomhauer, who are you? Microsoft? I mean, I'm getting the answers, I just don't know how exactly this is related to the problems I'm having. Alright, well, before we jump to conclusions, let me just check the log for other things that happened at that time. No, it's just those. Yeah, it's that power service thing keeps pinging. Alright, we'll keep playing, and if it happens again, then I'll know to double check, and if it's another flag, then that's almost certainly what the issue is. Well, at least we've probably uncovered what the problem is. Tarascan took it. No. I took it. And we are going to give all of this to me, because I'm greedy. Ah! It's immediately going to go to my minion, who's over there. Right, that's all of that dealt with. And this is also going to make Tarascan... Well, actually, it's a vassal, never mind. We need to go and deal with Quiche and with Kokomes now. Do I have a CB against you? No. Do I have a free diplomat? I do. Well, that's a shame for you. And Kokomes, I'm pretty sure that we have a CB against. Yep. Gain 100 population in New Amsterdam. Nice. New Amsterdam is now self-sustaining. Alright, cool. So, which is the next largest colony? I'm going to say you, recall. And we're going to start trying to get over here to Indonesia. '11 development, right? Actually, is there any centres of trade? There's one there. That's Malucas. What I'd really need is Malacca. And in Malacca there's only one province left, and it's you. Nope, you're being occupied. Damn it. Actually... You're in Coromandel? Really? Oh, that's even better. That gives me a bastion in Coromandel for that Indian trade. And even better, no native, so I don't need to position anyone here. Alright, let's do that. What is my income? High. 100 ducats, with a surplus of 29. And that's before I've, like, consolidated any of my trade. Yes, I'm doing it, but it's definitely not, like, fully efficient yet. That trade income is going to go through the frickin' roof. And actually, with 700 ducats, I should probably order the upgrade of these bad boys. Okay, so everything here is now level 4. So if France tries to get all grabby, then we can resist. I could still do Tavern again. 1759. Okay. 5. 1805. 30. That's exactly now. Use a power mode. Okay, so we've identified the problem. I just need to work out why you were minimizing. My power settings are somehow changed. Never sleep, never. Where's power settings? That's usually more of a laptop thing. But I do have a new graphics card, although I've had that for about 6 months now, and this has never been a problem before. Mike, you're obsessed with manpower. I have a little thing called mercenaries, which for the Dutch are really potent and important. Wow, that's really unhelpful. Ah, here we go. Power settings. High performance. Yes, that's exactly what I want. No, I don't want power saver. Is there a way that I can see the power draw of my power supply? Pretty sure it's not a problem. I only have the one graphics card, and this is a 750. Which should be more than enough to SLI, let alone just have one. Is anything else recently plugged in? The only thing that's new-ish is the light. But again, I've had that for a while. Windows Update maybe messed with it. That's what I'm thinking. I did update the computer recently. So yes, I suspect it is a Windows Update issue. I know what the problem is now, so I can investigate this later. I'm just going to have to deal with the pauses. So I might cancel the stream after this, so I can work on that. But I do want to get Helderland done. So I apologise for all the downtime, everyone. Getting tech support live on stream right now. Aha, election in the United Provinces. See, I'd kind of like to re-elect this guy. He was good. Statist is a 351 versus a 051. So 351 is definitely better. This is unfortunately going to swing us towards the Statists once more. But all of these rulers are better than what just regular Republicans would get. Gerben van Assendelft, Great Cunning and Silvertongue will aid us in forming strong alliances with our friends. And actually we are a little bit behind. Oh no, we're behind in admin right now. Diplo is actually okay. And we're still working on Diplo because we really want to get that expansion done. In fact, we could. We need just 3 more, then we can get that policy activated. And... oh no, my amazing general just died. Also, this guy is righteous. That's amazing. My Republican tradition... we're getting 3 Republican tradition a year. 3! That's crazy. Base value of 1, we're righteous and we have the Act of Seclusion. Statists are in power, which is another +1, and then we have some power projection. Speaking of power projection, who are my rivals? Milan, Kilwa and Muscovy. Beginning to think that maybe Spain should become one. We'll go after New Spain. Like, Milan and I have nothing in common. I'm going to switch you to being Spain. And then I'm going to start embargoing Spain. Because my embargoes should actually hurt them, especially in the Caribbean. Can't, because we have a truce. And now Milan, I don't need to be embargoing you anymore. You're welcome. Could also increase priority of E4 and Task Manager. That is a good point, I could. Let's improve your priority and also OBS's, because if you do one and not the other one, then OBS tends to lag. Alright, let's try that. That's a good suggestion, thanks. I usually have to do that if I'm rendering or something in the background, but I'm not. I'll just double check that. Nope, all of my rendering finished last night. Alright, Cockamus. Let's bring the Statthalter in. He can command the armies personally. Unfortunately, that does mean that I've lost my amazing ruler. Amazing general. He was a 3-star. That's fine. Anything else? Also recently plugged... I think I answered that one already, but no. It was literally just the light, and again, that was a while ago and it wasn't a problem. New settlement. Gain 10 prestige with base tax in Edinburgh. We'll go for Edinburgh. It sounds like the Dutch form of Edinburgh. Except for the fact that it's... over here somewhere. There. So who knew that Edinburgh was a place in Africa? Hope you fix the problem so we can see your stream longer. Well, if I get it fixed before the stream's due to start, then I might do it anyway, but for the moment I'm going to cancel the 10 o'clock. Which is annoying, because Fridays are usually really good. Large viewership. Right, I could build some stuff. I think the next thing I want to do is build up some shipyards, especially in Groningen. Calabar is in Africa. Oh, yeah, the other thing I've forgotten to do is turn these places into trade companies as they get built. Like that one. We're still being built, so we're not going to do that. Also, I do need to try and take over more of the Cape. Though that's not of vital importance. It would be nice. And at some point I'd like to get a border with Kilwa, so maybe I should build one there, especially as that is a natural harbour. So many places to colonise, so little time. They have a navy. They've got to be the first natives with a navy. And actually, for this one... yeah, I needed to make sure that this was going to go to Neil Flandern. Like so. Okay, so yeah, you're going to have some rebel problems for a while, so for the moment I'm happy to leave my army here. But Dutch Mexico should become really quite strong. But you do have pretty high liberty desire already. Part of the problem is you are not getting relations improved. So I guess that's what you should be doing. Just happened again. So no, allocating more system resources didn't help, but I think that's mostly memory and CPU rather than actual power. Whoa, bloody hell, Trooper. Hope this might offset that you can't stream later. Thank you so much for that. Yes, that would definitely offset not being able to stream later. Like I said, I will try to if I can, but I was fairly confident that I'd fixed the issue when I came into this stream, because I just ran EU4 yesterday, just let it just run. And it at first it stopped working, like it got continuously minimized, but I was just tweaking stuff in the background, resetting stuff, and eventually I got it running where it just ran with nothing. No problems. But as soon as I started today, it just started again. Actually, one other thing to try. It's going to make me a ginger again. But that's probably got a fairly high power draw. So we'll turn you off. And if I have to plug you in a different plug socket, I'll try. Problem is it's USB. Do I have another USB socket? Actually, I might do. Yeah, now we're getting into hardware changes. Any mods? No. The only mod which I've not got running but is installed is the one that I made for the multiplayer, so I'm really hoping it's not that, but it's not running. It's not selected. You Brits and your strange currency use dollars. No! Pounds, 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 pounds. As much as I love Europe, I am pretty happy that we didn't adopt the euro. Although that matters a lot less now, seeing as the pound and the euro are worth basically the same. But in the immediate time after the euro was introduced, it sucked compared to the pound. Most of the pound's woes are because of Brexit, though, and the slow growth of the economy. But we're not talking about Brexit. I ramble way too much, or rant about that way too much. Rush of colonists, settler chance, and global settler increase or money. Oh no, I definitely want the increased colonists, thank you. Buildings. I don't think we can get any more shipyards. We should build docks, if possible, and also marketplaces. Stedicona and New Amsterdam. Not really worth it for those, and courthouses, I just don't see the point of those. Could start doing some manufactories. In fact, the thing that I really should be doing is developing, because we're out building slots. That's actually the biggest problem right now. Huh. Interesting. I mean, we're ahead of time, but we're not generating a huge amount. Are you a half price? You are. Nope, that light didn't affect it. It just happened again. I'm going to go ahead and promote you. And... not you, you're actually full price. I could actually go ahead and promote these two, especially you. You might be worth that money. How old are you? 54? No, you're not worth that money. You, however, are. You're only 36. How much would you be to get to level 5? 700. Yeah, at that point I should be buying colonies. Oh, sorry, trade charters. Bonnie's producing... ooh, dyes. That's a good resource to have. Oh, Portugal's trying to go for Cuba again. Are you still getting subsidies? Let me just double check who's getting subsidies here. Diplomatic expenses. Gelderland and Vlaanderen. Those are my two colonies, right? Yes. So, what do I need to do to get you on side? You just have a lot of aggressive expansion. Yeah, you're going to take a while to convert. Thankfully, all of your provinces are grain producing, so you're not the most valuable ever. And then Quiche. Quiche has not got any claims. I am doing a spy network against you, so that's fine. Ashanti are insulting us. Austria has declared war on Venice. And has not called me in. I'd be kind of surprised if they did. More rebels. Go crush. Okay, so most of the money is being forwarded out of there. This is all going north. And in fact, we could do with a lot more control of the Caribbean. So the Caribbean's probably well worth building up some resources. I could also do another merchant. I need another colonial nation. We need to start working on the colonial nations here. Mohican is not allied with anyone. Oh boy, that's a mistake, buddy. You would accept vassalization. So much easier to just conquer you. Rebels being dealt with. Alright, good. So, could I get Neil Flanderen to pick any fights? No. Gelderland? Gelderland would. Against Neil Flanderen. Why is that even an option? No. Ah! Ha ha ha! Found the Oost-Indische Company. Which gives me that merchant I wanted so badly. A company of merchants are asking the States General for a 21-year monopoly to carry out colonial activities in Asia. These areas are potentially very rich, but they also need the monopoly because the risks are so high. Alright then. I should also look to try and get the Thalassocracy. Because that gives us light ship costs. God damn it. Stop minimizing. That gives us the light ship costs and tradition, tech cost, merchants. Just really strong. What do we need for that? Oh, I need to complete maritime ideas. Which we have not even started yet. Alright then. What did I do? Oh yeah, merchant. So I need to grab a merchant and put you here. Transfer trade power. And then I'm going to need to start seizing more control. Oh no, it's already... No, we do need to seize more control. Because Lubeck and Norway, especially Norway, is pushing all the money into Lubeck, of course, because Norway collects there because all of this is Norwegian. I mean, all of that bit of Norway is in Lubeck. Your head seems to move up ever so slightly. Extreme. No, it's because I purposely moved it up so people could see the map modes. Because before that I was kind of obscuring them and people were asking which I was using. So yeah, like Helson was saying, Gaten Kaas. Goat's cheese. Yes, the reason I keep army tradition, keep the forts maintained, is so that I can get more army tradition. Army tradition is super useful because it gives you a huge bonus to morale of armies. Because I have no military ideas, I kind of need to focus on any other bonuses I can get. It also increases siege ability, which is very, very helpful, and gives you much, much better generals. So you can see my generals kind of kick ass. Well, actually, it's a navy admiral. My generals are kind of strong because I have such high land tradition. We have 80%, which is really good, especially for a trading nation. So keeping up all of my level 4 forts is important, and that's part of the reason I was investing in Fortress Netherlands. 1, because I'm scared of France, and 2, because it gives me that land tradition. Our drill masters stand in awe of Munster armies and the methods they have so successfully employed to organise army routines and practices. We are not the only ones who have taken notice. So I could spend 900 ducats for 5 army professionalism, or I can make them like me more. What is my professionalism? Okay, it's kind of poor. We could do with beefing that up. I'm going to have you drilling. You can't drill. You need to be in the Netherlands. Yeah, while we're on colonial expeditions, that's not going to happen. Yes, I am Dutch. Although I must admit my Dutch is extremely rusty because I've lived in the UK for so long. The other thing I do need to do is upgrade my trade ships. The other thing I need to do is build trade ships. That was one of the things I said I was going to do. And you know what? I'm going to start doing that. If it didn't minimise on me, that is. Damn it. Poffertjes are amazing. Stroopwafels are also amazing. Well, the Vikings were in the Netherlands. Friesland was conquered by the Vikings because the Frisians at the time were the only ones that had a navy that could rival had a fleet that could rival the early Viking fleets. So they conquered them and took the fleets from themselves. And that's why you can play as a Frisian Viking in Viking Conquest for Mount & Blade. Okay, Groningen shipyard is done. Good. I think we just need to continue building more and more ships. Because we do have Diplo level 15, which is when we get the early frigates. We have a cost reduction. Must do. More rebels. You guys are appearing in such bad places. Right, do I have a fabricated claim against you? I do. That's a shame for you. You're about to die. Then the Normans are Vikings too. That's also true. They were. Hence the name Norman. Norseman. Norman. Prestige from developing or resistance to the Reformation. Neither of these are very helpful. We'll take the prestige even though I haven't had to convert a thing for a long time.